One of the number one questions I answer is why certain programs aren't working for people. Today, I'm going to discuss that in terms of the fact that most of us aren't actually trying as hard as we should be, right? In the gym, we have something called RPE, which is rate of perceived exertion. And what it is basically a 1 to 10 scale that allows people to determine whether or not they're doing enough work to get to their next level. In my opinion, the general rule of thumb that I like to go on, even though most things aren't general, is look for 85% of your effort. 85% and up about anything is going to give you some new level of adaptation. But then we have to go through that perception part of it, right? And we all know our perception creates our reality. So if you've ever seen anybody go around and like grab the 10 and grab the 5 and see how it feels, the 5 and the 10 are always 5 and 10 pounds. What happens is, how does that person feel about it that day? Are they excited about the new thing they have to try? Are they tired? Did someone piss them off? Are they in the right mood for it? And all those other factors have zero to do with the fact that that 10 may be what you need, but you pick up that 5 because that's just how you feel. You know what I'm saying? Feelings are important, but when you want to get something new, when you want to grow, when you want to build, you have to do that intentionally. Instead of just reacting to the things that happen around us, we have to intentionally seek certain feedback to give us the benchmark of where we want to go. What happens when you're reactionary is you basically are saying like, okay, I think it's going to be this way. I have an expectation of this. And when it doesn't meet your expectation, there's a myriad of things that are going to go through your head, except for I need to readdress how I went about that task. But that's exactly where we need to be. Everything isn't always go back to the drawing board. But even when you do, it's not erase everything, it's tweak. See where you went wrong. See where you can try a new iteration of it. Are you going to do the 10,000 hour rule? Are you going to try things over and over and over and over and over again? Just because it ain't broke, don't fix it doesn't mean that because it ain't broke, it can't be improved. And that's the thing about ourselves. We get really stuck in this idea that I'm the way I am. Whatever don't serve me is not going to be blah, 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 blah. Yo, but the thing is are you trying to optimize yourself so that you can see the world with an optimal view? Or are you just trying to sit in the most comfortable position and hope that the results come to you? Because it don't work that way. And even if you get lucky, as many people have said, luck is when opportunity meets preparation. How well are you preparing for that? By being intentional about what you want to get from it. And when we have these tasks that we want to get over, we have to realize we're intentionally putting ourselves into a position that is adverse to what we want. We are risk adverse. Nature wants you to be safe so that you survive. But that's not the same thing as thriving, right? So what ends up happening is, are you judging based off of your past failures? Even if you are, do you call your failure a learning experience? Or do you say it's something that you should hold on to, that you should carry over with you, that you never want to experience again? Because that's the quickest way to get nothing new. In chemistry, it's something called an action potential, right? And that is the amount of energy needed to actually create the reaction, to get things started, to push them into this next phase. And when it comes to the body and the brain, that requires a lot more than most of us think, especially if we haven't done it before. It's those things that you haven't done before that are going to get you exactly the results you haven't gotten yet, which is the level you want to get to. So if you spend more time worried about how it feels at this bottom level, we don't necessarily realize that we're reacting to an expectation versus dictating the outcome we want. And when you start dictating and being intentional, you're able to actually objectively view things, take your feelings out of it for a second, and decide what matters more. And if it matters to you to get that next level, then you'll objectively say, yo, I didn't push hard enough. Or you know what, I did that was, why don't I just test out that next weight? Why don't I just try this without expecting it to fail? Because if I expect it to fail, my brain's going to pay attention to all the markers that allow me to align with that idea that I'm failing. But if you say, I just expect to grow, your brain is going to point to all the things that allowed you to grow. It ain't always about, did you move the heavy weight? It ain't always about, did you cut 5 pounds? Did you get mechanically better? As a coach and a trainer, I'm trying to see, are your mechanics better? Are you doing that with less output from your energy? Are you happier about it because you know you're good at it? And the irony is, as soon as you do that, you got to go to that next thing. Get more comfortable with that uncomfortable thing. I know you've heard it a lot, but I feel like we have to keep saying it. And there's multiple ways to say it. Hopefully it resonates with you, and I want to see us all do better because that's the only way the world gets better. You dig? Have a good one.